So the first thing you want to do is look for a good jack point. For example, this car here, that subframe is actually too soft. It looks like it'd be solid, but lifting from there is no good. So pinch welds are always kind of a safe bet for most vehicles. Although I have for large SUVs like Tahoes and stuff lift from the subframe. But from here, or I should say the frame rails. But for here, just pinch welds will work just fine for a car like this. You look for these lift points. You'll see them there, kind of folded metal. So now we just kind of bring out our quick jacks. I'm only going to show you one. What do you do for this side, you do for the other side as well. So then I just kind of like to just kind of lay there and line everything up. Make sure it's all situated the way I need it. Just, again, we're using the pinch weld here, so just kind of line everything up. Now make sure when you're doing that, see the lift doesn't go straight up. It kind of moves forward. It'll move forward probably a good foot or so by the time if you do all the way up fully extended. So you do want to make sure when you're lifting that you account for that. Now I also then take the line and I run it underneath away from anything, make sure you can't get crushed or damaged. And we put our mounts in. So technically I always do like 3 alignments. First is a pre-alignment. Then there's the second one, which is kind of aligning to the pinch weld. Again, depending what you're lifting, if it's a small, low car, you don't have to account for the movement forward too much. But if it's like a big SUV like this, it will kind of go forward a bit. So make sure you account for that. Like it's not going to go straight up. It'll actually start angling forward slightly. So make sure you align for that. Now we're just going to take our hydraulic lines and we're going to hook it up to that fitting. If you guys need any tips on maintenance and stuff too, you do have to maintain these. Check out, I have another video on that too. So I've already done everything on the other side, so both lifts are set up. And now we're just going to hook up our hydraulic lines directly to the hydraulic pump. Here we go. And the second one there. All secure. Now, if you do close that vent, make sure you open it. You do not want that closed and tight, so make sure you open it. And plug it in. I leave it unplugged until I'm ready to go. And now we're going to go up. And we're going to do one final check here. But first, we just go up just until right before we hit the pinch weld. Right about there. Then I always do a final alignment just to make sure, if it has moved forward slightly or anything, make sure the alignment's still good. Do any final adjustments before you go into full lift. Again, accounting for, as it goes up, it kind of moves forward. You see where I'm kind of aiming for there, so I'm just going to adjust this one slightly inward more. Not too much more, just accounting for that lift. The front one was pretty good though. And that's just a view of the rail, so it's going to run along the rail. There's normally 2 quote-unquote jack points. First one's for lower, like say you're just doing tires. Second one's higher if you're doing suspension going underneath the car. In this case, we're going full lift. So I'm hitting that up button now. We're going to go all the way up. And you just hold it. Don't let off. Don't want to stop, because if you stop before you've reached all the way, it is hard sometimes to get the lift to continue again. It's meant to be continuous motion. So make sure that's why I always do the checks and double checks, make sure it's all good. Now we're just doing all the way up. And you want to go past that lock. You'll see it kind of click down right there. It's going up and down. And you want to make sure both sides do that. And then you hit down, and it kind of locks it in place. Of course, if you want to put jack stands for extra support, you can as well. I do find this to be pretty strong. The vehicle doesn't move. So now, as you can see, it's in the evening time. I finished my work. I actually did do some work on this vehicle. So I finished my work now. And we're going to drop it down. I'm not going to show you disconnection. It's pretty straightforward. Here, you just kind of go up, and you hold up a bit just to get it off of those anchor points. See the anchor point there? And then you just lift it and let that roller. That roller will just kind of roll across and even roll over there. And it will just kind of allow it to go back down freely. So you just hold down. And it takes a bit. It'll roll down. That's what those air cylinders are for. It helps it kind of go down. Right now, though, the vehicle weight's what's going to kind of push it down. So the heavier the vehicle, the quicker it kind of goes down, more or less. And you can see it right now. It's just rolling over, closing down. And you just keep holding that down button until the lifts are completely flat. Make sure that as much fluid has exited out as possible. And of course, this isn't taking into account, of course, any work you're doing. That's always whatever work you're doing with this. This is just showing you guys how to use the lift. And then disconnect. Thank you everyone for watching. I do appreciate all the support out there. Don't forget to throw a like on that video if it helped you, if you found the information useful, anything like that. Make sure to like it. Don't forget to subscribe, help the channel grow, and hit the notification if you want to see more of my videos. If you dislike the video, that's okay, no problem at all, but don't be a troll, alright? Make sure you put why in the comments. I mean, maybe I missed something, maybe I got something wrong, maybe there's something you feel better or you didn't like how I filmed. Whatever it is, put it in there. I make these videos to help people out, so I can only make it better if I get the feedback, but I need the feedback. Just don't be trolling, alright? Otherwise, if you have any other comments, feel free to do so. I answer questions whenever I can. If you want to add something on there, if you have a helpful tip that maybe I didn't cover, I didn't even know about, make sure to put that in the comments as well. I want to thank everyone, and I will see you all next video.